You know, before I go out and mow the lawn, let's listen to some music. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. I hope that you are having a lovely one out there on this wonderful Friday afternoon that is for myself. Probably not for you. It's probably some other random day out there. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, for showing up, stopping by, coming on in. Today, we're going to listen to the band The Unthanks. I kind of like that name, The Unthanks. I guess there could be some other bands called The Thankful, I can't think of any other. The No Thank Yous. That'd actually be a great name. Maybe for like a punk band. The No Thank Yous. Honestly, I kind of like that. But today we're doing The Unthanks. We're going to listen to this track, Magpie. This is off of their album, Mount the Air, their 8th studio album, released in 2015. We're listening to this track because it was suggested and sponsored by Sheldon. Sheldon, thank you so much for the sponsorship. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I appreciate that. Excuse me. I've never heard of the band. However, in your comments, you did say that this would be a nice, dark, and eerie choice for this particular time of year. So, supposedly going to be fitting for the season. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. We'll talk about it a little bit after. I had to find it. There it is. Let's go. There would be your birds.
One's for sorrow, two's for joy, three's for a girl and four's for a boy, five's for silver, six for gold, seven's for a secret never told. Devil, devil, I defy thee. Devil, devil, I defy thee. Devil, devil, I defy thee. Oh, the magpie brings us tidings of news both fair and foul. She's more cunning than the raven, more wise than any owl. For she brings us news of the harvest, of the barley, wheat and corn, and she knows when we'll go to our graves and how we shall be born.
It's like Fairport Convention, except darker.
One's for sorrow, two's for joy, three's for a girl and four's for a boy, five's for silver, six for gold.
Love that note right there. That's cool.
Seven's for a secret never told. Devil, devil, I defy thee. Devil, devil, I defy thee. Devil, devil, I defy thee. She brings us joy when from the right, grief when from the left. Of all the news that's in the air, we know to trust her best. For she sees us at our labor, and she mocks us at our work, and she steals the eggs from out of the nest, and she can mop the hawk. One's for sorrow, two's for joy, three's for a girl and four's for a boy, five's for silver, six for gold, seven's for a secret never told. Devil, devil, I defy thee. The priest he says we're wicked, for to worship the devil's bird. But we respect the old ways, and we disregard his word. For we know they rest uneasy as we slumber in the night, and we'll always leave out a little bit of meat for the bird that's black and white. One's for sorrow, two's for joy, three's for a girl and four's for a boy, five's for silver, six for gold, seven's for a secret never told.
Okay, I love how fitting this is, perfectly in line with the season and everything. Let me pause it real quick. It was not what I was expecting. As it began, first of all, I love their harmonies. Beautifully haunting. It has a really nice, airy folk sound to it, like a fog amongst a forest. It kind of reminds me of Pentangle, Fairport Convention, but kind of an opposite side of those bands. Whereas a lot of the music for them is, a little lighter, bouncy. This particular track leans, of course, more towards the darker side of things. And I really enjoyed their voices and their singing. That's going to be at least Rachel. That's their last name. Oh, my God. That's their last name. Rachel Unthank and Becky Unthank. You also have several others in the band. Adrian McNally, Neofa Keegan, and Chris Price involved as well, with McNally and Keegan also handling some of the vocals, but also other instruments that we obviously didn't hear. Or didn't hear here, because this is truly a somber, basically a cappella track with a lullaby-like melody, and instead of I guess it does kind of lull you to sleep, but maybe a haunting kind of sleep, not nightmare, but crossing into that unreal and uncanny territory. And I love the sway that their voices have over, at least to me, the listener. I love how they're hypnotic, kind of like sirens in the dark that call you with their beautiful voices, and yet they're luring you into something else, and you're not quite sure where that is. But I really enjoyed the sound of their voices, their harmonies. I would like to guess. I couldn't tell you who, but I do believe it's probably Adrian. You hear his voice at just certain points in that chorus come in just briefly. And I like how it just adds that little bit of depth from a male point of view and from a male voice into the music. Because, of course, you always have the female vocals, which handle a certain color, a certain tone, and then male vocals, like when you listen to choir. And it's beautiful hearing those on their own, and there's also something gorgeous about when they mix, or just how a choir is put together. And in the same way here of their voices, I like how they're all thrown together and all mixed together quite nicely. You hear a little thump of drum at some point, which this is when it got to the unexpected part, because I was expecting, as the music went on, for it to build into something, and this is just my musical misconception. I was expecting the drums to come in, the this to come in, the that to come in, and it didn't. And at first, of course, I'm thrown off. I'm like, okay, wait, what's happening? And it just continues on. But at the same time, I kind of like that they stuck to that. They stuck to something, at least seemingly and sounding a little bit more traditional, keeping that a cappella. And I do see here that this is a cover, or at least, let me see. Let me just read it. Let me bring you guys up here real quick. Let me just read it directly. Something of a signature song for the band. It's a cover of British folk singer Davy Dodd's best-known 1979 song that explores the magpie as an omen in folklore, and it's based on a nursery rhyme. So there you go. It says it achieved extra recognition when it was played as the close for a first episode of the series Detectorist, which it does sound like the closing credits of a song, or like when you're watching a TV show or a movie, but I'm thinking a TV show. When you get to that one episode, that it like changes everything. Like Game of Thrones, that episode where it changes everything. Several episodes like that. Or like, you know what I mean? That kind of episode. And when you're, as the audience, just left in a stutter, you're mute. You're not going to say anything. You're just left stunned. As the credits fade out, this would be that track that would play. One's for sorrow, two's for joy, three's for a girl, and four's for a boy. Five's for silver, six for gold, seven's for a secret never told. Devil, I defy thee. Oh, the magpie brings us tidings of news both fair and foul. It's just like Odin's. Is a magpie basically a raven or a type of raven? Or in the... Hold on, it starts with a C. In that family, ravens, crows. Crow... There's a... Crow, oh, man. C-R-O-N? C-R... There's a name for birds in that either family, genus, whichever. More wise than any owl, for she brings us news of the harvest of the barley, wheat, and corn, and she knows when we'll go to our graves and how we shall be born. Of course, the chorus repeats there. She brings us joy when from the right, grief from when the left, or from the left, and all news that's in the air, we know to trust her best. For she sees us at our labor, and she mocks us at our work. She steals the eggs from out the nest, and she can mob the hawk. It's like when you watch videos of crows. It's what crow. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's like when you watch videos of crows and their intelligence and how they're solving puzzles and such things like that. The priest, he says, we're wicked for to worship the devil's bird, but we respect the old ways and we disregard his word. For we know that they rest uneasy as we slumber in the night, and we'll always leave out a little bit of meat for the bird that's black and white. Give him his due. Give him just a little bit. Little sacrifice, will you? I should have worn my my Black Phillip shirt if I knew it was going to be about the bird like this. Let me see. There was something else I was going to look up. I wanted to see about the band themselves. Because, like, if I'm looking at the personnel, there's a lot of... See, I guess this is why I was kind of unexpected, or I was surprised. Because there's so many different instruments involved in the album, but here it's solely voice, which means that I'm assuming that this is kind of the outlier rather than the constant. This is not the norm. And coming in right in the middle of the track, oh, they got 2 10-minute tracks. You know, I'm always interested in the longest song, but I do like the little bit of drone you heard. It's not credited here, but you do hear the drone of either a hurdy-gurdy, an accordion, something of that nature. And look at everybody on stage. Just curious. And I do, let me see, because I feel like I've seen this band mentioned in my comments section as well. I don't know about this song, but at least in here. Sheldon, actually, you recommended this a year and 2 years ago. Some of you mentioned the band themselves, Jeremy B., Rolling Ronnie. So you guys can see. You guys can see. This is how I find comments. I search Unthanks in my comment section. It brings up every comment that has Unthanks in here. I just happen to see this, though. You see that? You see what I see? Do you see what I see? Well, you know where we're going really quick. You know where we're going really quick. You know where we're going. And I'm clicking them live. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I do want to get a little bit of it. Has Fripp seen this? I wonder if Fripp has seen this.
Sundown, dazzling day, gold through my eyes, but my eyes turned within, only see starless and Bible black. charity, cruel, twisted.
Chills every time. I'm not, like I said, I'm not listening to the whole thing, but I just wanted to hear a little bit extra. Great trumpet, by the way. Great. That's a great interpretation of that hectic section in the middle. That's cool. This is like a cool intimate version. All right, I just wanted a peek. I just wanted a little. Sometimes you just got to give me a little something. That's cool. This is a cool group. I'm curious, especially about those 10-minute songs. And I'd like to hear a track where the band is, fully involved as well. Obviously, I couldn't say it for sure, but maybe in one of those longer songs they would be. I would really be interested in hearing that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Hopefully you enjoyed listening, being here with me, and spending a bit of your time. Sheldon, thank you as well once again for the recommendation and for the suggestion and for the support. The rest of you can join me, of course, in all those places that popped up on the screen a second ago. Now I'm going to go mow the lawn. I forgot my headphones. I don't have them. I would have put on Starless. Maybe I should just blast it from my Bluetooth speaker. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll see you all later.